I'm going to show you how to turn a powder colour into a paint. So I'm going to use a pearly white colour, which is a dust colour. I'll just shake some of it into my little paint palette here. And then if you add a rejuvenator spirit to that, that turns it into a liquid, and then you can paint that on to your surface. And the more you add, the more liquid it becomes. It does dry out again afterwards, so it goes back to a dust afterwards, but it does hold it in place afterwards. So that's what we're after, a nice sort of runny paste. And I'm going to use that on these beads here to put a nice luster effect on the beads. And you see, if you have it quite runny, it flows between all the beads like that. And you can just brush it all the way along, and it puts on a lovely luster finish. And then when that's dry, you can then attach that to your cake. So that's how to use a sort of pearly colour. You could paint that on just about anything that you wanted to get pearly. I've got lace here, you could put it on the lace, but I'm going to show you a different colour on that now. So to clean your brush, you can just put some rejuvenator spirit into another tray and clean your brush out. And then I'm going to add some silver. So I'll put silver onto the lace. So I'm using a really pale silver here, so it's not too in your face. So we'll just shake some of that in. And again, we put some rejuvenator in, turn it into a liquid. This is also really good to use if you want to make an inscription in silver or gold. You can pipe it in white, just with white royal icing, and then when the icing's dry you can paint this over the top and you get silver writing. So I'm just going to literally just brush this over the top, and you can see that that is now making that really silvery all the way along. And if you have it fairly thin, it's going to run into all the pattern and really show up nicely. You need quite a wide brush to do this with. This is a brush from a set, and it has some really useful shaped brushes in. They're really quite good. But this one's particularly good for wide areas. So I'm just going to mix that a little bit more so you can see the full effect on the lace. So you see, you're just mixing it in with your brush and then just brushing it along. And then once that's dry, you can then pick that up and put that around your cake. So it's completely covered. Once you're happy that's completely covered, then you just leave that to dry, and that is your silvery lace. Then we're just going to clean the brush out again, and I'll show you what it looks like if you use a gold colour. So I'm going to use quite a pale gold. And we just shake some of this in the tray again. More rejuvenator spirit into it, making it into a nice thin paste. There's a little bit more in there. There. You can just brush it along. Now if you didn't want a really dramatic effect, you could just brush it gently like that and just have a really faint effect just on the top of it. But I'll show you how you can do the whole lot like it as well. So you could do it all like that, really nice and gold looking, or you can just drag it along like that. That actually looks quite antique-y looking like that. That's quite a good effect. We'll leave that like that so you can see the difference. And you could have done the same with the silver so that it was really thick this side. That's if you want to cover it all. And then if you want just a little delicate gold effect, you can just dust it over a little.